Karen mocked my tactical gear. She was speechless when the court backed my federal registration. Have you ever been humiliated in front of a crowd, only to turn the tables in the most unexpected way? It was a crisp autumn morning at the local gun range, the kind of day where the air smells of pine and gunpowder, and the community gathers to practice, compete, and share their passion for firearms. I'm Marcus, a small business owner who designs custom tactical gear vests, holsters, and belts built for durability and precision. My pride and joy was my latest creation, a lightweight tactical vest with a patented quick-release system, federally registered after years of sweat, tears, and legal battles. That day, I was showcasing it at the range's annual Gear Expo, a chance to connect with enthusiasts and maybe land a few sales. Little did I know, I was about to face a storm named Karen. The expo was buzzing, vendors showing off everything from custom rifles to survival kits, folks swapping stories, and the clatter of range practice in the background. My booth was modest but sharp, with my vests displayed on mannequins, each stitch and buckle a testament to my craftsmanship. I just finished explaining the vest's features to a retired Marine when a voice cut through the crowd like a knife. "What is this junk? Looks like something a wannabe soldier would wear to play pretend." I turned to see her, Karen, mid-40s, blonde bob, clutching a designer purse like it was a shield. She stood with a smirk, flanked by a small group of onlookers who seemed torn between amusement and discomfort. Her voice carried, drawing more eyes. "You're telling me people pay for this? It's just a bunch of straps and pockets. I could make this in my garage for $20. The crowd murmured, some chuckling, others shifting awkwardly. My heart sank, but I forced a smile. "Ma'am, this is a patented design, built for real-world use, law enforcement, military, even hunters. It's not just straps. It's about functionality and safety." Karen scoffed, rolling her eyes. "Patented? Please. You probably printed that patent off the internet. This is a scam, and you're ripping people off." Her words stung, but what hurt more was the crowd's reaction: whispers, sidelong glances, and a few people drifting away from my booth. I could feel my reputation crumbling. I'd poured everything into this business, maxed out credit cards, spent sleepless nights perfecting the design, and fought for federal registration against bigger companies trying to steal my idea. Now, this woman was turning my moment into a public shaming. But I wasn't about to let her win. I took a deep breath and leaned in, keeping my voice calm but firm. "Ma'am, I'd be happy to show you the documentation for the patent. It's registered with the USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office. This vest has been tested in the field, and I've got the paperwork to prove it's legit." Karen crossed her arms, undeterred. "Oh, I'd love to see that. Go ahead. Show me your little papers." Her tone dripped with sarcasm, and the crowd leaned in, sensing a showdown. I reached under the table, pulled out a binder, and flipped to the page with my patent certificate, complete with the USPTO seal and registration number. "Here it is," I said, holding it up for all to see. "Filed 2 years ago, approved last spring. You can verify it online yourself." Karen's smirk faltered, but she doubled down. "This doesn't prove anything. You're just some guy with a booth trying to scam honest people. I bet you're not even allowed to sell this stuff." The accusation hit hard. Scamming was the last thing I'd ever do. My business was built on integrity, on gear that could save lives in high-stakes situations. I was about to respond when a new voice broke in. "Actually, I can vouch for him." It was Deputy Sarah Coleman, a local sheriff's deputy who'd been browsing nearby booths. She stepped forward, her uniform commanding instant respect. "I've tested Marcus's gear myself. His vests are top-notch as them in training exercises. And I know for a fact his patent is real. I saw the registration process when he consulted our department for feedback. The crowd's mood shifted. Karen's confidence cracked, her eyes darting between Sarah and the patent document. But she wasn't done yet. Well, if it's so great, why isn't it in stores? Why is he out here at some small-time expo? Sarah raised an eyebrow. Because he's a small business owner, not a corporate giant. He's building something real, not mass-producing cheap knockoffs. You should try learning about the gear before you trash it. The crowd murmured again, but this time it was in my favor. A few people nodded, and one guy even clapped. Karen's face reddened, but she pressed on, desperate to save face. I still say it's overpriced. Nobody needs this stuff unless they're playing soldier. That's when the real confrontation began. I'd had enough. Karen, you've got no idea what this gear is for. This vest isn't for playing soldier, it's for people who put their lives on the line. Cops, soldiers, even hunters in dangerous areas. The quick-release system can save seconds in an emergency, and those seconds can mean life or death. You think it's junk because you don't understand it. But the USPTO, law enforcement, and my customers do. I pointed to the patent again, then to a stack of testimonials from clients, real people, real stories. You want to talk scams? How about you stop assuming you know everything and listen for once? The crowd was silent now, all eyes on Karen. She opened her mouth, but no words came out. Deputy Coleman stepped closer, her presence like a wall. Ma'am, I suggest you move along. You're causing a scene and you're wrong. Karen's bravado collapsed. She muttered something about poor customer service and stormed off, her designer purse swinging wildly. The crowd dispersed, some approaching my booth with renewed interest, asking questions about the vest's features. Sarah stayed, offering a nod. You handled that well, Marcus. She's the type who thinks she can bully anyone. Good on you for standing your ground. But the story didn't end there. A week later, I got a call from a lawyer friend who'd heard about the expo incident through the grapevine. Apparently, Karen had taken to social media, posting a rant about my fake gear and shady business. She'd even tagged the expo organizers, demanding they ban me. Her post gained traction, with a few of her friends piling on, calling my work overpriced and amateur. My stomach churned. Online defamation could tank my business before it even got off the ground. I'd faced enough challenges getting my patent through. I couldn't let this destroy me. I decided to fight back, but not with angry posts or public spats. I contacted my lawyer and filed a formal complaint for defamation, citing Karen's false claims and the potential damage to my reputation. I included my USPTO registration, customer testimonials, and even a statement from Deputy Coleman. The case moved quickly. In court, Karen tried to spin her story, claiming she was just expressing an opinion. But the judge wasn't having it. Ma'am, he said, peering over his glasses, you accused a registered patent holder of fraud in a public forum with no evidence. That's not an opinion. That's defamation. He pointed to my patent documents now entered as evidence. This man's work is federally protected, and his reputation is his livelihood. You don't get to slander him because you didn't like his booth. Karen's face went white as the judge ruled in my favor, ordering her to retract her posts, issue a public apology, and pay a small but symbolic fine for damages. The courtroom was silent except for the rustle of papers as she gathered her things, avoiding eye contact with everyone. My lawyer leaned over and whispered, "She didn't see that coming. Neither had I, honestly. I'd gone into this hoping to clear my name, but walking out of that courtroom, I felt something bigger, a sense of vindication. Not just for me, but for every small business owner who's ever been unfairly targeted." Back at the next expo, word of the court case had spread. My booth was packed with people asking about the patent guy who'd taken on Ascended Karen down. I didn't gloat. but I couldn't help smiling when a customer mentioned hearing about a loudmouth who'd tried to trash my gear. I just nodded and said, "Yeah, she learned the hard way." My business thrived, and I even landed a contract with a local police department, thanks to Sarah's endorsement. Karen, I never heard from her again, but I like to think she's out there a little humbler, maybe thinking twice before tearing someone down. Sometimes, standing your ground isn't just about pride, it's about truth. Have you ever faced someone like Karen who tried to undermine you? How did you handle it? Share your thoughts. I'd love to hear your story.